Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll be doing a review on the Invade Boxing Magmus series boxing gloves. So check it out. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here. Today I'm doing a review on the Invade Boxing Magmus series boxing gloves. I got mine in the black and teal colorway, 14 ounces. It is a lace-up closure only model. You can get these anywhere between 12 and 16 ounces, so you have 3 sizes to choose from, as well as 2 additional colorways, which would be a black and gold as well as a white and red. The glove is made of full genuine leather construction. I believe it's manufactured in Pakistan as well. There's no actual tag on the inside of either gloves, but based on the type of leather and just the overall construction, I'm pretty sure these are made in Pakistan. Uses a multi-layer foam composition over the knuckle area, which what they describe as 5 layers of foam, and the consistency and firmness on here is right in the middle. It's not super soft, it's not extremely stiff and firm, it's kind of right in the middle. So in terms of your performance and using this for what you're doing in the boxing gym, in my opinion, you can really use this for really everything. So if you're hitting the bag, doing mid work, sparring, pretty much everything in the gym, this is a type of foam that's pretty well balanced in that regard. Now, Invade Boxing is a company that's relatively new, and they're based out of Dublin, Ireland. I'll put their social media, Instagram link in the description box, as well as their website. And they sell other types of boxing equipment. Aside from gloves, they also have headgear and groin protectors. Now, from a design standpoint, looking at the glove, I'd say that for a 14-ounce glove, it's right on point with sizing. It's not too large, not too small and compact, what you would expect from a 14-ounce glove. The other thing that I noticed when I first got these gloves was the logo. It says Invade and then this logo here. Now, I don't want you guys to think too much about this, but does that logo remind you of another pretty well established boxing brand? To me, this looks like an upside down box raw logo, in my opinion. And that was the first thing that popped in my head. It was when I got the gloves, I was like, why do that logo look like another logo I'm familiar with? And it looks like the box raw logo. Now, whether or not they did that intentional or it was just a complete coincidence, that's really up to them. I wouldn't know that, but you definitely have to have some awareness when it comes to that. In my opinion, if you're starting a brand, you're making equipment, having brand awareness out there. It's like having an Everlast logo and you make your own brand, and your logo is called Lasting Ever, and it looks just like the Everlast logo. Again, people will notice that. So I'm just not a fan of how that logo looks, because again, it looks extremely similar to the box raw logo, and to me that can kind of confuse people on the branding itself. Even though it does say Invade on there, to me they should have went with a different logo. That's just my personal opinion on that. The leather itself is your pretty standard Pakistan leather, nothing crazy, special, or nothing that we haven't seen before. I'd say it has kind of a satin finish to it, but nothing too crazy there. What you would typically expect from a Pakistan-made glove. You do have the triple cuff on the back of the wrist. You do have that teal color on the middle of the triple cuff. Kind of a cool design. You typically don't see glove companies do a different color on that triple cuff, but they did that to give it a little bit of a contrast on there. One thing I like about this glove, if you're looking for something that's really robust when it comes to wrist support, you can tell they put a lot of emphasis on the wrist support, especially on the back of the wrist. I mean, you're looking at probably like 2 inch thickness of firm padding on the back of the wrist. You have that smooth, foamy tricot liner on the inside that's soft to touch against your skin, but then you also have that really thick foam on the back of the wrist to give you that wrist support. It does say Magmus right here, that goes vertically on the glove. It says Invade on this side, top grade leather, impact control wrist support, multi-layered foam, and made with pride. Laces are nice quality, thick laces with plastic tips. I do wish the laces were longer. They're a bit short. So when I go around the gloves and I wrap my hands and I really tighten them, I wish I can get like one more revolution around the gloves, and I feel like these are a little bit on the short side. You do have that teal piping that comes at the bottom, comes up all the way to the top right here on the palm side. You also have that teal thumb on the inside. You can see that you can go with a split thumb here. They have the stitching that goes through in the thumb. When they do that, I don't really understand why you would put stitching here. If you have 2 different colors, I would understand that. But if you're going with one solid black color, what's the point of having that stitch in the middle? You know, that's one more area for the glove to kind of have a point of break, and I feel like they should have not even had that there, especially if you're not going to have contrasting colors. You do have an attached thumb. It does say 14 ounces. The grip bar is a good size and has a good amount of firmness, and there are no ventilated holes. Now, when it comes to quality of the gloves, again, in terms of the leather, it's a pretty standard Pakistan leather. There's two big red flags with this glove though, and it's going to be with the sizing. Now, this is a 14-ounce glove. I actually had the right glove as well, and the right glove weighed in at 13.9 ounces. The left glove weighed in at 15.9. So if we wanted to round up, this is a 14-ounce glove. The left glove is a 16-ounce glove. It's 2 ounces heavier than the right glove, but they are both advertised as 14 ounces. This right glove is definitely the 14-ounce glove. This left one is a 16-ounce glove. So they either misprinted it, but there's definitely some quality control issues. And the other thing you'll notice is how much shorter this right glove is, the 14-ounce glove, the 13.9, compared to the left glove, which is the 16-ounce glove. It's shorter and it's kind of stockier and fat, so the shape of the glove is off. The left glove right here is taller and not as wide. Now, if you flip it around, you also see the width, and hopefully you guys can see it in the video. Here's the 14, here's the 16. You can see just, if I put the cuffs next to each other, that this glove right here is wider as well. So not only is it shorter, but it's also wider. So again, to me, that's a big quality control issue. I mean, just looking at that from the front side, look how much shorter it is and how much wider. And you'll also notice this finger compartment. Now look at the finger compartment on this glove, how it's more rounded, and this one kind of flattens out at the bottom. See how this one's a little bit more of an arcing roundness, where this one kind of comes down and just kind of comes straight across flat and then comes back up. So the weight's off by 2 ounces between the two gloves. And then you can actually feel it too. When you're holding the gloves, you can definitely tell this one's heavier. And then just the shape is way off. I mean, to me, how that even happens is beyond me. There's some quality control issues there, because in my opinion, if you're doing true QC, you're pulling these gloves out before you package them, and you're weighing them and you're saying, dude, this is not right. This is the 14 ounce, this is good, but this is 2 ounces over. We're not gonna put these two gloves together. And you can see again, the size of it just looks off. So to me, that's a big issue with the quality control in terms of the size and the weight. Now the leather, I do like the foam. I feel the foam is really good. It's really nice and balanced. The liner feels really nice and comfortable. Laces could be a little bit longer. Stitches look pretty good overall. I mean, the stitching looks good. You see the glove is pretty well balanced, the distribution of weight. They put a good amount of foam on the inside. I forgot to show you guys, there's about 1 inch of foam on the palm side as well. So you have that foam that comes up on both sides to really give you that support on the inner part of your wrist. So the balance is definitely there. You know, the leather on here is pretty much your standard Pakistan leather. You can see the stitching between the thumb and the index finger. It looks solid. There's a little bit coming out right there, a little bit of that stitch kind of pulling out, but all in all, not too bad. The weight and the size is going to be the big problem I have with this glove. Comfort wise, sliding your hand in, nice and comfortable. The liner feels really good. Wrist support feels nice and robust. Thumb position, it's pretty much perfect. You know, you can make a fist with that, and you can see my thumb fits nicely in there. You have a good amount of padding. I'd say about 1 inch of padding on the back of the thumb, but a good position. And also, this piping right here isn't too tight around the fat part of my thumb. When I make a fist, it doesn't pull down and jam the tip of my thumb as well. And the actual angle of how my thumb goes in there is really comfortable. You do have a nice deep finger compartment that has a piece of neoprene that comes across to give you that extra level of comfort. The gloves are semi-broken in. They're not extremely soft. They're not ultra stiff. They're kind of right in the middle. So you can open and close your hand right there in the middle. It's going to take a little bit more time to actually break these gloves into where you have that full flexibility with that foam. But overall, the hand compartment feels really good. No liner bunching up in the finger area. And again, that's with that nice soft tricot liner. You don't get that excess material like you do with those polyester liners where you get a lot of excess material. So in terms of comfort, the comfort is definitely one of the highlights of this glove. Protection and performance, to me, this glove is a balanced glove, like I mentioned earlier. You could pretty much use this glove for everything in the gym if you're looking to use it for sparring. hitting the bag, doing mitt work, you pretty much get that with this glove. You do come in contact with those two front knuckles. Nice flat punching surface, is not rounded out, and the foam they use in here is pliable enough to where when you do land and make contact with the bag, that it compresses down nicely. So shock absorption is pretty good as well. So, you know, using it on your heavy bag, you can have full confidence in throwing power with your shots. Get a nice connected feel. And overall, a very comfortable feeling glove. Does a good job of protecting, and you can pretty much use this for everything in the gym. Cost-wise, these gloves are $132 US. In my opinion, they're overpriced. The reason I say that is because there's a lot of gloves very similar to this. This kind of reminds me of like a Infinitude. You know, I haven't done a review on their gloves in a while now, but Infinitude Fight Gear. Very similar quality to Infinitude. You know, and I believe, well, at the time, I don't know what they are right now, but they're basically like slightly a sub $100 glove. And I just feel like $132. There's so many other gloves out there at that price point, or even under it, that are just as good, if not better, and don't have the quality control issues like this one did. To me, if they can, you know, tighten up the QC with this glove and just, you know, make the glove a little bit more of a bang for the buck type glove. You know, at this price point of $132, there's just, you know, you can go to like the Fortress Boxing, get yourself some super straps, which I feel are even better than these. And you also get that extra strap that goes across for more support, and instead of getting these. So I think these, you know, are a solid glove. I just think that the logo definitely doesn't do it any favors, as well as the quality issues with the sizing, as well as the weight. And you know, I think this is one of those gloves where if I would do it all over again, I would really perfect the quality control. I would change the logo, add more colors, and even add like a Velcro version of this glove. So if you guys have any questions or comments, as usual, put them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box, or we can find these Invade Boxing Magmus series boxing gloves. See you guys later. Take care.